Hello everyone and welcome to the space that houses my thoughts and reflections on my fitness journey in 5 minutes or less. Let's do it. So we have been in Ezekiel chapter 47 looking at this vision of this river flowing from the temple of God. Starts off as a small little trickle of water, flows into this massive river that nobody can cross, and we've been looking at it through the lens of consistency. And what I wanted to talk about in this video is the power in small choices and how consistency is probably the most effectively achieved through small choices. By the way, if you see all these lights flowing this way and that way, I live right next to a major street, and so we're next to the window right now, so hopefully there won't be too much noise. Hopefully it won't be too distracting for you. But anyway, okay. So looking at this river, in the vision that God has given Ezekiel, there's something that we don't see about this river, in that it doesn't start off as a massive river. It starts off as a trickle of water. And it actually took, if you saw my other video about our progress sometimes can be really slow, in that video I talked about how it took 1,700 feet or 1,000 cubits for Ezekiel to see a change in this trickle of water, for it to go from being a trickle to water that was ankle deep. And that's really slow. So we can see that it wasn't like this massive river starting off. It's not like it was this waterfall starting from the temple, and so you look at it and you're like, wow, that's a pretty incredible river. No, it just started off as a trickle. And I'm sure if God showed me this vision and was like, Rachel, this trickle of water is going to be so massive that you're never going to be able to cross it a couple thousand cubits down the road, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. And I feel like that's how I've approached fitness in my attempts before to try to be consistent in my fitness. I would look at the result over here of what I wanted to achieve, which of course was a crazy different result than what I was presently in. And I would look at that and then I would think, because that is such a mighty change and such a big change for me, then I have to make big choices in order to get there. And I feel like that mindset just really set me up for failure, because I would make these big decisions, I would choose and say, I'm never going to eat junk food again, ever. And I'm going to work out 5-6 days a week, and I'm never going to take a day off. And then I would fail a couple weeks into it because these were big decisions that I didn't allow myself to grow into. I didn't allow myself to take bite-sized chunks. I just had to bite off more than I could chew because I thought that was the way to get to that result. Not that I would be able to identify that was my thought process, but looking back at it now, I definitely believe that was the case. And honestly, it still is the case for me. I still want to bite off all of this stuff, and I still want to just make all these decisions and make these huge, long, massive plans that I'm going to stick to for the rest of my life, instead of just allowing myself to slowly grow into this and to progress just, naturally into it. So I definitely think that type of mindset set me up for failure, and it's something that God's trying to work in me and to renew in me, of being able to see the power in small decisions that are made consistently. Over the last couple months, I've been able to be really consistent in my workouts. For the most part, I've had to take a couple days off, but I have so much more freedom because I know if I can just make the small choices consistently and just continue on in that, then I'm going to see the results. It's not going to happen as fast as I want it to happen, but it will happen, and I just have to stay the course. And so I really just wanted to, put a video together about that, and just that we would understand that there's so much power in small decisions if we make them consistently, and that in order to achieve big results, you don't have to make these huge, big decisions all at once, but that big results are the accumulation of small decisions that have happened along the way. And so let's not be afraid of the small decisions. Let's not be afraid of the slow progress. Let's not be afraid of not seeing change right away, but let's just embrace the small decisions. Let's embrace the journey. Let's grow into it naturally and continue on this fitness journey, realizing that that God is able to work in the small decisions that we make, and just being cool with that. So that's what I have for today. Don't forget, we fight from victory. We're more than conquerors. And remember, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. God bless.